Okay, so now we can go into the second world of the game. This is Desert Ruins. This is the bland, generic desert level, as you know and love it from the Wii U version.
These animals are quite underwhelming. I'm disappointed in you.
This bunny can't go into a bad nick. We have standards here, guys, you know.
We don't care about your disappointment, Master. Do you care now?
I don't know if it's the compression doing its thing, but I'm sure that the character outlines aren't meant to be quite as prominent like for the characters we haven't seen yet. Look, they're fucking glowing in the background there. I'm sure they're not meant to do that. I'm sure they're meant to be, like, secret. Well, not secret because their faces are on the fucking box, but, you know, like, I think they're not meant to be revealed just yet. But, yes, when I mentioned that there would be gimmicks coming on in later parts of the game, this is what I mean. To start with, we get the asteroid, which I don't like. This it doesn't use gyro, so it's better than some of them, but it's got very loose controls that I think really do cripple my ability to enjoy it. What you can do is, as you build it up, it's got a sort of Katamari thing going on where as you pick up more shit, you get more control, and in this case it means you can jump a bit higher. It feels like the jump is very unpredictable though, so yeah, that's kind of where my beef with it kicks in. Because it's a very floaty kind of mechanic, it's also kind of hard to tell whether you've used your second jump or not sometimes. So I feel like I want to get another thing because otherwise it will reset and I don't want that. But yeah, it's a very nerve-wracking wisp to use. And I should have picked the thing up there, but I think I'm at the end of the worst of it. For this section at least. I'm not even going to make a thing about the Dips automation because it's like the least egregious of this game's problems. These are another kind of enemy that you will want to do a full charge for. I think a kick helps too. But yeah, in order to just get one hit in, you have to get it fully charged like that, which is very annoying to deal with, especially in areas where there's more than one of those enemies. Let's go over here, see what's going on. Absolutely fuck all, given I can't jump. That's what's going on. Yeah, Desert Ruins to me was always one of the most generic Lost World worlds. Because, you know, like, Windy Hill, it's Green Hill, but at least Green Hill is something, you know, it's not just a grassland level, it's got the checkerboard hills. This is given the absolute most generous interpretation of them reusing Green Hill possible, but at least it's something. Whereas this, like, literally what can you say about this other than generic desert? Like, even a lot of fucking Mario desert levels look more interesting than this. And that's saying something. This is another mechanic they like. Sometimes they will hide wisps off behind mandatory, like, you have to beat X number of enemies to use it gates, which slows down the pace of the game absurdly, and there are certain levels here which would take about 3 minutes that end up taking about 15 minutes because they keep on putting these fucking things in. I do kind of like the animation-wise how they seem to have brought back the peel out thing. It doesn't work like the Sonic CD Super Peel Out, but it's got that figure 8 kind of scroll, which I think is a nice little nod. We'll do the kick, then we do the charge. and we try not to get hit by the poison, which is much easier said than done, I assure you. Music, even if it's not necessarily to my taste, it's at least got some nice energy to it for a desert level, which I feel like isn't a given for desert levels. Because even desert levels that I kind of like, stuff like, say, Dusty Desert from 06, it's got a lot more character to it than this. That music is... I don't really remember it that well, which should kind of tell you what you need to know. There's a positive to having the asteroid here, and it speeds this shit up. But that's about as far as my compliments for the asteroid will go. Oh shit, it's a bigger one. I guess I need to use it for this, but this is the other problem. The camera does not fucking help. There's so many parts of the game where you just want to see what's slightly off to the side. But no, because this doesn't support the second analog stick on the new 3DS, that wasn't a thing at this point in time. You've just got to hope for the best. You can, when you're not in the asteroid, you can use the left trigger to sometimes, like, just readjust yourself a little bit. But man, it is not intuitive at all. And again, given I can't always tell whether I'm in the second, like the double jump or not, I'm very nervous in these sections here. So let's just do it without the asteroid and hope for the best. Gotta keep me pace going though. Quick turnaround. Nope, my depth perception is shit. Don't know if you can tell, but I am not bothering with red rings at all in this run, because a lot of them are just that extra little nuisance that you have to deal with when... The constant feeling I get through this game, and probably the best way I can describe it, is that a lot of stuff feels like it's just the chore before you get to the next thing. It feels like a series of chores more so than like platforming challenges. I need rings pretty badly. There we go. I need rings pretty badly again. And given it's so zoomed out, I really can't see where I am. Thank Jesus that it's gone. Can I actually land on this thing? Yes, thank you. That was one fucking zone. 6 minutes 38. Remember, this is the second world. I'm sure even with stuff like 06 and that, which had notoriously long levels in certain parts, that at least waited till like a third of the way through the game before it started throwing them at you. And I remember this level. This is kind of a shit level. We've got some side-scrolling antics here. We've got some puzzle antics here. Which, again, I've said already, I kind of understand why there's more slow stuff here. And I don't think having a more puzzle-driven approach to level design for a Sonic game is inherently, like, unsalvageable. Like, I'll take some of this shit over, like, say, Sonic 2 8-bits awkward pipe maze thing, for example. If we're gonna be limited to what we can do, I feel like Dimps have a much better track record when they're making speed-oriented games. Like Advance 2 is fantastic, the Rush games are fantastic, Colors DS I remember being okay with a few bits of wonky level design here and there. It's like, Dimps are not bad developers at all, they have done some fantastic games. And I feel like a lot of the shortcomings in their games are more like a product of circumstance than anything else. It's like Generations 3DS, it's not on the same level as the HD one, but it was also developed in like 6 months. And for a game, like for a handheld game that they put out in 6 months, it's pretty fucking good, you know? So a lot of the general gist of what the game wants you to do in this level is you use those rolling balls and you need to put them in the right place. Like to either keep them still or to be on a switch that you need to land on. There's one we had a minute ago where you had to specifically stop it at a certain point, which is a thing they like to do. And I might have to just go a bit slower here once I've baited it over. Or I can just charge and get down there quick. That works too. Feels like sometimes you can think outside the box a little bit with some of these puzzles as well. I'm not sure how intentional that is, but it does add an extra layer to it, which I appreciate. Naturally, when those things hurt you as well, it can be frustrating, but... yeah. The kick is a big mechanic as well, as it was in the Wii U version. And you will need to get used to that. Because if your experience with, you know, with Sonic games is other Sonic games, then there is a learning curve here. Like, there's a lot of things that work quite a bit differently to how you might expect. Basically, Lost World has its own logic, which you need to consider when you're playing it. You can't just play it like it's Generations or whatever. Which admittedly is part of why I had such trouble with the game in the original Lost World Wii U LP. And I do feel kinda bad about how bad my gameplay was in that LP. Like, I do feel like my more recent runs, like the Sonic-a-thon run, were just generally better. But the state that game was in at launch, it's like I don't feel too bad, you know? I feel bad, but not too bad. That's basically my take on how I feel about that whole LP. One of these is going to be higher, or one of these... yeah, one of these is higher. That's a thing they like to do. That's not this game specific, it's just a Sonic thing. I'm going to need to get all of these. I get that feeling when I hear the things making noises in the background. He's going to want me to get all of these. It would have been nice if I had kept that thing from earlier, but hey. Is that all of them? Might have been all of them. Thank God I don't need to roll a ball up there to do that. Yeah, there we go, Sonic Heroes. Not a song I would have picked for an invincibility theme, but it works. It just feels odd in particular because, like I was saying, the rest of the soundtrack doesn't really have any focus on guitars. So when you get one of the Sonoe tracks, it just sounds a little bit out of place. Not egregiously so, but it is definitely something I noticed. Okay, can I bait the ball over here? That would be nice. Oh, is that all I needed to do? Okay. Never mind, I was getting prepared for that to be a really annoying section, but it was right at the end, thankfully. No, I do not want to play another fucking special stage. I said never again in my life, and I mean it. Because thankfully the special stages aren't mandatory in this game, they just, if you want to play a Super Sonic, that's what you need to do to get them. But again, I don't really care. Oh, this level. I remember this level. So it's going to send us in loops so we can open up the different shit here. I'm going to try and do it the most efficient way I can, because I do remember where I had trouble with this. But again, not having a proper camera control can make these sections here kind of annoying. It's like there, I've gone the wrong way, so unless I can get a good jump here, which I might be able to save this. Yeah, I think I can actually. It's like sometimes it leads you into sections which are just really annoying to try and get your way out of. You get to like a teleporter that puts you right back at the beginning of the level, and it just is a waste of time. But let's see if I can make this jump. There we go. I don't know if that's my first red ring, but it's a red ring all the same. I think this is the level I got to where I realised that you have to do charge kicks for these things to take any damage at all. Because there's going to be more of these fuckers later. There certainly will be more of these fuckers later. Nope, that might... Oh, this might be a right way, okay. I'll take it. Also, I am glad that I decided to do a playthrough of this beforehand rather than doing it blind, because there are so many beginner's traps in this game. So many little things where it just leads you into making what shouldn't matter that much. I hate how fast it moves when you have this poor camera control. But yeah, like, the game certainly takes a lot of getting used to. And speaking of annoying sections, I need to bait the ball over here, while the sand is trying to lure me into the ball. So, am I close enough to it now to get it to come over on its own? Okay. There we go, progress. Nice, we're back here. I'll get the life. So I clearly don't have that particular wisp unlocked, but I don't need it, so whatevs. Oh, it's one of them things. That was not a particularly impressive laser animation. It's kind of funny how smooth a lot of the animations are in this game, and then suddenly it's just like a layer. I didn't mean to homing attack there, but... And again, like, that had the reticule up, so I thought I'd be safe to kick it, but I guess not. I think there's 3 of these here I've got to get out of the way. But alas, they've all fucked off somewhere. Alright, come on. Okay, 1 down. Yeah, there's 3. Okay. Let's get you out of the way, because I can see you becoming more of a problem as time goes on. Alright, come on, spawn in. I know you're somewhere around here. Left here? There he is. Thank God for stereo sound, it tells me what the camera won't. Okay. Of course I had to get twatted on the way out as well. Can you not? Thank you. Don't like these fire organal things being where you have to homing attack them. Because... Oh, he's up there, okay. I thought I missed another one of the fire organal things, but no, it was this guy who's up higher than you have a chance of seeing. No, I tried to realign the camera manually and it just decided that he knows better. Thank God. Oh.
Way to go! Power levels green, Orbot?
Power level stable. Extractor activated.
God, why would they even try to include these particle effects in the cutscene when they know there's going to be a version that's going to look like this shit?
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Phoebe, baby.
Like, if they wanted to replicate the effects that this compression's giving off, like, really what they need to do is cut these cutscenes into 3 parts and just put, like, some Spanish or Portuguese subtitles at the bottom, just to complete the look, you know?
It felt great. The machine is unstable. We just want to borrow some of the planet's energy. We don't want to destroy it.
Speak for yourself.
Fuck you, I want to ruin shit. Alright, on to the boss. It's the fat guy, I can't even remember his name. I think it's Zomom. I think this is Zomom, the fat guy.
One word of helpful advice: diet and exercise.
3 words.
It feels weird to be saying you wouldn't get away with that these days in a game from 2013. But I genuinely believe that if they put out a game making fun of a fat guy like this now, there probably would be a bit of Twitter outrage about that. That's the sort of useless tat that people tend to get annoyed about these days.
Wow, you're barely a snack.
Let's see. I think this one you have to do the charge attack on the back of his thing. So it's just a case of letting him run around aimlessly and then get behind him. If he will give me that opportunity. No, he's just gonna start doing this shit. Okay.
I'm losing my breath and my patience.
Alright. That was 1 hit. I think. Yeah, I've knocked out a little bit of his health bar, so that's something.
Oh, you're the worst meal ever.
I hope you like these lines that you're spouting out, because he will get a lot of mileage out of them. See, that just launched me into the boss itself. Alright, this might help actually.
Oh, you're the worst meal ever.
Can I actually get some damage in before this wears off? That would be nice if I can get behind him. There, that's something. Ring. Thank you. I really thought I was going to get twatted by something there, because this game does like doing that. Now, where's the... Oh, he's still doing his animation. I was wondering where the capsule got to, but... A lot of the animations go on for a lot longer than they probably should, but that really is just a minor nitpick, all things considered.
Way to go!
That's 2 of the Deadly 6 down.
I hone your abilities. I equip you with the most powerful mechs I can create. I even give you a giant sandwich. And you still disappoint me.
God, my Pollock's on point as always. I do remember this cutscene very well. This was the first proper cutscene they showed off for this game, from what I remember.
I think that thing in Eggman's hand is...
And I remember being happy about this, because, like, this game's story has problems, but this was just the thing that made me think this might be Another Colours at the time. It wasn't Another Colours, plot twist. But, like, at least some of the jokes in that carry a similar tone to Colours. I'm just thinking, couldn't Eggman have made like a bigger capsule and used the Zeti themselves instead of Flickies to make his robots? Surely that would have been less of a gamble than whatever his fucking plan here was.
I hate to run away from a fight, Tails, but I don't want to see you get fried.
Not getting fried would be nice. place.
Orbot, Killbot, we are leaving!
Oh man, I should have listened to you, Tails.